Major criticisms you would have of Trump, besides the fact that he likes to insult everyone?
Mr. Trump has brought many people into the party, and many people who otherwise might have voted for Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders. And Mr. Trump has elevated a number of issues that are important to grassroots conservatives, like illegal immigration, like winning again, like trade with China. At the same time, many voters would prefer Mr. Trump become a little bit more specific and go deeper into policy. They get worried that they don't know enough about his solutions. They've heard his vision. They understand his brilliant business background, but they would like to get more specific and more deep into policy.
You think that calling each other names and insulting each other in the debate is harming the Republican Party?
No, I don't, especially when the media tries to make a big story of it. I actually think it's a non-story to most voters. They don't trust the media as much as they don't trust Washington. So nice try. But what I didn't like is when Hillary Clinton earlier this year was asked who her enemies are, and she said, oh, the whole Republican Party, in that shrill, awful voice she uses. And Hillary Clinton, as the Democratic nominee, will not be projecting hope and optimism and joy, which is what voters crave. She's out there saying, I'm fighting, and nobody likes that either.
So you mentioned his trade policy. So if he slaps a tariff on Mexico and China as well, wouldn't that create a trade war because they're going to do the same thing and retaliate?
It may, and they may. But if you're suggesting that our trade policies now with China and Mexico are working, they clearly are not. That's just a fact. Everyone sees that. This president has no idea what he's doing when it comes to trade or most things, foreign policy and national security. At the same time, I'm a free market, pro-competition gal, like most of the bases. So they will demand of the Republican nominee, if not president, to have somebody who is a pro-free market, pro-competition person.
So you and I are in favor of free trade, right?
I am. I don't know what you favor.
Yeah, I'm in favor of complete free trade, certainly.
It sounds like you're not in favor of free speech, though.
I'm in favor of free speech, but I'm against ad hominem arguments. In a debate, when you're talking...
Oh, so am I. See, I support Ted Cruz, and he did not do that last night. Excuse me. The debate, I prefer Marco Rubio circa 2 weeks ago, before he decided to jump into the mosh pit and start mud wrestling with the salacious sound bites. I think it's terrible to mock someone's manhood, talk about the color of their hair or their skin or how something personal in nature. Voters don't deserve to hear about personal insults. They deserve to hear about philosophical differences in policy prescriptions. That's why I support Ted Cruz. I thought Cruz and Kasich were the two grown-ups on the stage in this last debate, so are actually trying to get back to issues, trying to get back to philosophy going forward. And that's the way to go. I think that's what voters deserve, a conversation about the future of this country. And the future of this country does not run through personal insults.
So I agree with you. So it's okay for Trump to insult other candidates, but it's not okay for them to insult Trump? I don't get it.
Is that a question? Of course not. I just answered that question by saying it is not okay for them all to insult each other. It makes no sense to me for Marco Rubio to try to out-Trump Trump by trafficking in the personal insults.
Right.
He should talk about policies.
So that's wrong, that what Trump is doing in insulting the other candidates. He started this insult war, and now
he does a lot of other things too. He talks a lot about policy. If you don't like him, you don't like him. I'm sure you're voting for Hillary, but at the
I'm
same
voting
time,
for Hillary.
Well, but at the same time,
you couldn't be more wrong.
Nobody's defending. I just.
If we want to talk about Hillary, let's talk about her emails.
Nobody likes to talk about Hillary. I think the media prefer to talk about Republicans. They're much more exciting. Hillary's a bore.
I'm just talking to you about this because I know you.
I have to go.
You're a Cruz supporter, and Cruz held back from retaliating.
I think I'm the one who just said that. I'm the one who just said, let me repeat it. I just said Cruz and Kasich ended up being the adults in the room. They were talking about policy, and now you're talking about personal insults, so I'm confused.
In the beginning, I asked you if that was harming the Republican Party, and you seemed to say that it was okay.
How is it harming the Republican Party when they have record turnout? They have record turnout. Does Hillary Clinton have the size of rallies that Ted Cruz and Donald Trump do? No.
It's coarsened the debate and brought it down into the gutter. When you have
Marco
your
Rubio
debates
and
with other
Donald
people,
Trump have done that.
you don't do that when you debate your adversaries.
Oh, I don't. Plenty of people do, but I don't. I would never disrespect my 4 children or the memories of my 2 grandmothers, so I don't believe in doing that.
So it's wrong if Trump does it, and it's wrong if Rubio does it, and anybody else who does it is wrong.
But what is your question? Is your question, is it hurting the Republican brand? The answer is no.
Okay, so And trade policy, you think's okay, even
Did
though
I
it
say
started a trade war?
I already answered these questions. Now you're putting
No, I
words
was
in my mouth.
getting back to it.
No,
Okay,
you're
well,
not,
thank you
no,
for
no,
thank you
why?
for the
You
interview.
just asked me the same question 3 times.
No, I wanted to get back to
Any new material?
Yes, I wanted to
What?
ask you if you put tariffs
Hi, Michelle.
on Mexican goods and Chinese goods, does that make their goods more expensive here?
Did I answer that question already? I know I did.
No, we didn't talk
Yes,
about,
you talked about
inflation.
trade war. But listen,
Inflation.
you're conflating answers with questions, and you don't want to do that.
Which question and which answer
You're
did I
asking me, will it
conflate?
hurt the Republican Party? I said no. They've got record turnout and lots of candidates to choose from, including the 2 who don't get in the gutter, Kasich and Cruz. And then you're asking me, so you're saying it's okay to insult? No, I never said that. I'm a mother of 4 small children. I find the discourse and the coarse nature of this campaign to be a disservice to the voters. And I'm very happy, very, very proud of Senator Cruz that he stays above that, even though he's attacked by senators of his own party. I'm very proud of him that he stays against it. That's a president.
Well, I agree with you.
Hi.